we are looking at a world with deep fakes. We're looking at an era where AI can truly generate a Rakul right now, sitting on the beach somewhere, where in reality you're sitting right here at the conference. How would you feel if one day we reached a point where there could be a Rakul who could be in a movie, wouldn't have to do a thing, but it would still be your AI avatar? Would that be a cool tech innovation for you? Would you be quite
So it's already
worried?
happening. There are body scans that already happen around the globe. I don't know if you all know, there was this huge debate in the US about how much of AI is okay in the industry when scripts were being generated through AI, which would replace writers and dialogue writers, and which is unfortunate because you're taking away this whole profession, right? So I feel there's a little bit of boon and a little bit of bane. The boon definitely is that, let's face it, after a couple of years, you it changes the way you look. You're not able to do everything. So possibly if there is an virtual avatar of yours, I could possibly do action film at the age of 90, or even after I'm not there, but definitely there has to be a moral ethic attached to it. So I think if you're using your virtual avatar or your AI based Rakul, then there has to be a human controlling the moral ethics of its use, as to how your avatar is used, what is it doing, giving a go ahead on certain things. Like there was this huge conversation about, so a lot of actors have their digital avatars, but the rights remain within the family, that even after the person's not there, as to where and how it's used is still in check. So yeah, I think a little bit of both and a balance is amazing. A balance of everything is amazing, right? So today we can make films like Avatar, and we can make films like Dune because of technology and AI. But how we use it and to our progress, is something that's only in our hands.
We're literally talking about a generation born into this level of technology. They live in it 24/7. Do you think they're up to date with the reality of what the attacks can be like?
To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like you said, we were born in an age where we saw landlines, and then from there mobile phones, and then we got into the age of internet. And so it's not something, our day doesn't start with social media, but the Gen Zs or the alpha betas to come, they're born into the digital age. And I personally feel, I may be wrong, I don't think that there is enough conversation on protecting your online presence, and protecting yourself. There was this movie called CTRL. I don't know how many of you all watched, but I thought it was amazing how we just click on anything and we think, oh, this game, AI driven game, is so exciting. And then AI is watching you at all times. So I don't even keep my Siri on. I don't know if that helps or doesn't, but I don't. I don't keep Alexa. I don't keep any of this at home because I don't want someone always listening to me. I can walk to the button and press it. So I feel like a lot more conversation would help. And of course, the younger generation should be careful about, the passwords they keep, sharing sensitive information. I see a trend of sharing images. A lot of youngsters share any image and they block out the world and sharing this to this one person on social media, thinking no one's watching it. But you don't know. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's tracking. And I think it's very important for them to protect themselves on that front.
What does it mean for you to keep your identity secure? Because, of course, not only are you an actor, you're an entrepreneur, very prominent on social media. So, how do you kind of hone in your entire persona, but keep it secure in today's day and age? It's not an easy task, surely.
So over the years, I think social media has become a very integral part of our being. It's very important for us to put ourselves out there, and I think the key lies in figuring out how much is too much. I think for me, of course, we know of the potential threats on social media. There's phishing, like the gentleman before was talking about. There's impersonation in the case of celebrity profiles. Then there's hacking, which we've all known for years. And I think lately, what everyone's being subjected to is these AI generated deep fakes. And I think that's something we sort of tried to keep away from and try to secure our digital presence. Because let's be honest, it's equally important for us to secure our virtual avatar, our digital presence, as much as our personal physical presence. So I think for me personally, of course, a two-step identification, verification program, and then of course not clicking on unknown links, not sharing sensitive information, and a lot of times people. Share just anything and everything. So I'm very cautious of what I put out. I don't put out my IDs on social media ever, and also yeah. So I think just keeping in mind all these things is what helps me. And of course, I have a team also doing it and helping me keep my digital presence safe. But just not interacting with unknown people, unknown links, unusual activity on your profile. I think that, and not also putting too much of where your presence is, where you are traveling to, sharing your boarding pass. A lot of people don't know that that scanner has a lot of your information. When you put it out, okay, hey, I'm traveling in a flight, so I make sure my scanner of the boarding pass is never visible. Yeah, so keeping in mind these basics and hoping for the best.
These are some great hacks of your own, truly. Have you faced any, serious threat or the impersonation that you're talking about? Of course, today AI can do anything, truly. So, have you faced any scenarios yourself?
So, a couple of years back, about 5, 6 years back, my Twitter account did get hacked. And that was because I pressed on a link which was shared to me by a friend in a personal DM. But that time, there was not so much conversation about it, like we're talking here today at a forum. So, I was also relatively newer to social media, and my account got hacked. But luckily, my team was able to restore it without any data loss. And ever since, I've been very careful. Of course, I've faced many a times, actually 3, 4 times in the last 2, 3 years on my Instagram, where your friends have sent you a link saying, hey, I saw this product for you and I think you'll really like it. And you know that my friend's not going to DM me, he's going to WhatsApp me, and I remember checking once and they said, listen, my account is hacked, don't press on the link. So, of course, you're aware of all these things and immediately informing the team that there is some sort of a mischievous activity happening on your profile. Luckily, so far, I've stayed away from, thankfully, the deepfake videos, but a lot of my industry colleagues have been subjected to it, and I think it's really, really distasteful, and I don't know where we're heading as a society and what joy we get out of that. And I think definitely some measures on social media need to be taken to sort of protect that, because like we were chatting outside, I feel like you're a public personality, but you're not a public property, and that's the difference that we need to understand.
Absolutely, what a powerful line there. Surely, if there is a data breach or an attack in the entertainment industry, the implication is extremely severe. Do you think the industry as a whole can do something about this?
See, it's not an attack on the industry, it's also an attack on an individual. Whoever's video that is, right? I think we need to keep in mind that every person's doing a job. Being an actor is a job. You're also a girl, you're someone's daughter, you're someone's partner, you're someone's sister. And I think at that core level, it really disturbs. And I think you can't really, there's no way to understand the scale of that distress. So it's very distressing. And more than the industry, I feel collaboratively, the social media platforms and the influencers, which means the actors, influencers, everyone who has significant digital presence, can sort of create more awareness, talk more about it, create fun content, so that people take it seriously. And I think because AI is becoming so powerful now, maybe social media platforms can have some sort of a technology, which all the tech people here can possibly create, that is AI generated moderation of content on social media, where you can sort of cancel out things that are not verified or coming from absolutely unknown nameless accounts, and creating a distasteful content on social media. So I think it's more about these social media players along with the digital media players along with the actors than the industry.
Great idea. I hope somebody's taken note of this suggestion of what the celebrities do require today. So, would you say in that case that celebrities like yourselves can really leverage your platforms? Because ultimately, we're talking about millions of followers. Can you leverage your platforms? Is it a space that you think is important for celebrities to talk about social media? Is that a way to spread the word?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, if this has become a must for everyone, and it's become such an integral part of our lives. I feel anytime when social media is a huge voice, right? And if you have the ability to have a voice and have a say, I think creating awareness about all the cyber security threats that we pose, talking about how we can protect ourselves from the same, definitely would help, and especially the younger generation that's 24/7 on the digital platforms. I think it's their reality. It's really scary. It's like an episode of Black Mirror, where that's their reality. But I feel talking more about it, having such conversations, making more fun and relatable content on social media would definitely help in sort of educating the youth.